everybody, it's me. This will be the third time trying to get this video work. um, I just got home from the hospital a little while ago, and I got tested for strep throat, COVID-19. Had a couple of I had 2 EEGs done. I had multiple blood draws done. I felt like a lab rat whole time. And I will end that for now while I start from the very beginning of this story. Okay. Me and my wife have been stuck in our home since November. And so I personally know one thing. My wife got diagnosed just this past Friday with pneumonia and COVID-19, and I am dealing with shortness of breath, chest pain right to my back, sore throat, and I just am not feeling all that great. But I will say this. Why does my immune system have to fail me? I have a super aggressive immune system, and this is one time that it failed me. I'll know in just a few days about if I have COVID-19. Everything else is fine. I have to be quarantined here at home for 14 days. My wife is in a rehab center for the amount of time until I get better because she has to have oxygen until she gets better and gets off the oxygen. And some more little updates about me. I also am having dissociative episodes. But with this problem that I've got right now, I actually have been having dizziness, lightheaded, and a lot of pain. And it's going to be a while before I get rid of all this dang pain. I don't like it. I haven't eaten yet today. I woke up near 12 noon, maybe 1 or so. And from there on, the staff had called for an ambulance. I was taken to the hospital, got tested, and I only just got out no more than maybe half hour ago, so it's about near 1 o'clock that I got out, and I got transported home by ambulance because I had no other way to get home. And on top of that, cabs won't transport anybody that is suspected COVID-19. Not even Medicaid cabs. So I had to ride in a gurney from the hospital to home. They left a sheet right outside the door, and I forgot what else they left outside. So I'm dealing with that. It's not easy. Getting on to the other subject, if I could talk long enough. As I was alluding to, I have You all know I have borderline personality disorder, bipolar 2, PTSD, generalized anxiety disorder, and I also have insomnia. I take plenty of medication for all that. But lately, and I've been talking with my therapist, she has been sending the messages to the psychiatrist, and I may be getting tested very soon for dissociative identity disorder. I I've been hearing voices, each of them different, male, female. Oh, and I also have a Tinkerbell, a fairy. Yeah, I got that too, one. And my main one that comes up front beside me, it's co-conscious. Her name is Lisa. She helps keep me calm when I start dissociating, when I start, actually not dissociating, but when I start having anxiety and stress hit. And she's been by me right now for this whole mess that I'm going through. And she also has been by me when I started having anxiety, panic attack, and all that when my wife went to the hospital. And when they wanted to send her home with oxygen, oh no. I'm legally blind. I have very low vision, just light and shadow. How am I supposed to operate an oxygen tank and a machine for filling it? That's impossible. There's no way. And her oxygen would have to be changed many times during the night, probably, as well as the amount of liters during the daytime when she's awake. They can give her 2 liters of oxygen, and then during the night, she has 3 liters of oxygen. So how am I going to be able to deal with that with my sight? And then with my mental health included? There's no way. I wish I could, though. I would love to have had her back home. But now, I'm not feeling so good. So, yeah, that's what's going on, everybody. That's the bird clock going off. I think it's about near 2 now. And I don't know how much longer I can keep talking, but if anyone has any questions, try and leave them below. I will try to answer as many of your questions as I can, as well as wear a mask all the time when you go out, because you never know. Because from what I'm figuring now, the COVID-19 has gone aerosolized, and the droplets, or actually the virus itself, can stay in the air for a very long period of time. They're still sending people with very minor things like me having. They're still sending home, but everybody has to be quarantined. Those like my wife who has COVID-19 and pneumonia had to go to a rehab, and they wanted to send her home, but our staff, she has COVID-19 now. Her husband has COVID-19 now, and that's because of us. So I really feel bad about that. And now my staff, she won't be able to come in because she's now at home quarantine for 14 days. And then me and her both and her husband have to go in and get retested after the 14 days. So, yeah. As soon as I get off here, I haven't eaten at all yet today. As soon as I get off here, I'm going to get me something to eat if I can find anything. And if I have the energy and the strength to fix food. And then I'm going to go to bed after I take my medications, take some Robitussin so I can sleep. And, oh, God, I don't know how many hours it's been now since I took the Tylenol they gave me at the hospital. Oh, so I'll be taking Tylenol every 6 hours, too. So, okay. I'm going to get off here now. I love you all. And for those who are or have dissociative identity disorder, which I may have that as well, because I already know I do. I can feel it. I hear a lot of other little voices back in my head. It's just nobody recognizes that they're a part of a system, which I have named the chaos system. And they won't acknowledge that they're a part of a system. They won't acknowledge each other. The only one that realizes she's a part of a system is Lisa. And she has been trying to talk with the others in the back of the headspace to try and get them to realize. A couple of them did come up front to introduce themselves to me. I have one, a 3-year-old girl. All she likes to do is stay in her room because she's living with Lisa and taking care of her. And she's holding a lot of trauma. They're all holding trauma big time. And so I have been trying to get the others, and I already have another one. She is a fairy. Her name is Tinkerbell. She's a really cute, inquisitive, fascinating little one. And then I have also one altar that won't introduce himself, and I know it's a male. He is abusive to me. He tries to convince me into harming myself. But I am fighting from doing that. As well as I have another one. She is a 4th grader. She got my attention by literally humming music loudly enough to where I couldn't avoid hearing her. She right now is mad because I left her behind, or she thought I pushed her back. She just faded out from when I was younger. I've been hearing voices pretty much my whole life. I just didn't make anything of it except for thinking that they were my imaginary friends. But they were there. I just didn't know it until I started hearing them more often and then starting dissociating. Especially when I dissociated in front of my wife, and she told me about this episode because she was having a lot of problems with being sick and everything, and having bodily problems that were hitting her. And I dealt with almost a whole night with that. Because at first I thought she had the flu. No problem. No big. Get rid of it. And instead, my anxiety went up so bad, I started majorly dissociating. And she said that I had a little girl, almost like a baby, that came out and was just doing nothing but bawling, crying, upset, scared. And I don't remember it. All I remember is helping clean her up, get her ready, and I started feeling really dissociative. I sat down on the bed. Next thing I know, I remember coming back out of it, and she had told me what happened. I think I've had like one or two other times where I did that. And I have amnesia quite often from things. And I still have a lot of amnesia from my childhood. I have some flashbacks. I have some trauma memories that I've got. Lately, it seems like whenever I go into the hospital, I get scared easily now. And I know I've had multiple surgeries when I was young, because I don't remember anything all the way up through until I'm about maybe 8, 10 years old. It was the first time I actually have remember anything. Oh, okay. I'm done. I can't do any more. Okay. All right. You are valuable. You are loved. And you are valid. Bye, everybody.